なんだこれ。モテたぞ。入れられた。これを押せばいいのかな。うわ、びっくりした。いかにもつなげろって言ってるコードがある。カチッとな。出してますよ。これもスイッチを押せばいいのかな。おーい BGM。始まった。ということで、皆さんこんにちはそしてはじめまして。普段は管理人をしているものです。でも今回は別のゲームをプレイしていきたいと思います。動画は管理人の方を優先的に投稿していきたいと思います。それではスタートです。喋った。
The endless clatter of railways, highways, and everything in between. But as my train pulled into the station at Bellariva, I felt every bit as excited as the first day of my journey. A whole year. It felt like a life.
1年も旅してたの？すげえ。中の人だったら1ヶ月で辞めてたな。
Of course, the forgotten treasures I'd given a new lease of life along the way. I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love to do. I'd been traveling for months, working my way from one town to the next, fixing everything from family heirlooms to VCRs. Bellariva was my chance to take a break. Unfortunately, that would have to wait until after I'd unpacked.
始まったぞ。モテた。終えた。金具、どこにあるんだろう。
上にあるわよ。
あ、ほんとだ。って、なんでお前いるねん。
私のことが気になるのなら管理人のロボトミシリーズを見てね。
宣伝すんな。これらを全部出せばいいのかな。
そうみたいね。
The tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without
工具とかが入ってるのかな。
Who doesn't love a scrunchie? Practical and stylish. My favorite overalls. These
流行に乗らない女ね。
管理人はそういうの好きだけどね。
Looking forward to
なぜ
taking
指
more
先なんだ。
close-ups of my fingers with this. My parents took this after I made my first repair. Seems like a lifetime ago. I'll hand these out once I'm settled in. Fingers crossed they get me some work. I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully I'm cool enough to pull them off.
戻しちゃった。
I saw a guitarist wearing these at a show once. Rock and roll repair woman at your service. My passport. Not many blank pages left.
パスポートってページなくなるとどうなるの？
管理人が知ってるとでも？あ、話してたら終わってた。
スーツケースだって。
スーツケース、欲しい。
Finally, I'd made it to Bellariva. I'd come for the food festival, taking place in a few days' time. After living off TV dinners and instant ramen for the last few months, I was craving a decent meal. Of course, I'd need to earn enough money to pay for it, so I figured I'd head out the next day and find some work.
可愛い子には旅をさせよっていうのに。
They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple, stationary life. I knew there was a world out there, beyond the four walls of our antique store that I had to be a part of. I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful places each of our antiques came from. I loved figuring out their stories, revealing the memories hidden beneath the screws and wires. My story in Bellariva began with a little girl and a voice she was longing to hear.
終わったっぽい。
ステージ制みたいね。
これなに？
知らない。
これは銅像みたいだな。次やりますか。
It was my first morning in Bellariva and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel and explore. It was a quiet town, its streets and alleyways basking peacefully in the hot morning sun. In the main square, meanwhile,
そうい
preparations
えば
were
フェスティバルって
underway
何
for
な
the
のかしら。
festival in
フードフェ
a
スティバル
few
って言
days'
ってた
time.
けど、わからないことが多いな。
As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bellariva would need me to fix. So far, everything here seemed perfect. I was
いじいちゃん、
starting to
こ
worry
こに
I'd
住ん
made
で
a
る子かな？
mistake when I felt someone tapping me on the back.
Hi, I'm Izzy. Do you know how to fix things?
It was a little girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have gotten hold of one of my flyers. She rummaged around in her backpack until she hauled out a battered red cassette deck.
My tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore. I tried to fix it
任せんしゃい。
myself, but there's nothing in the way. Can you try?
ちょっと難しそうじゃない？
まあとりあえずやってみようかね。置いちゃうんですけど。
早く操作に慣れてください。
はい。こういうのは大体ネジがあるはず。裏側かな？あったあった。これを使ってっと。ネジ抜きも自分でやるのか。
当たり前でしょ。ていうか下手くそじゃない。
中の人に言ってよ。ごめんなさい。
よろしい。
いいのか？取れたぞ。
電池があるわ。でも古そうよ。
Batteries
なるほど、取り替えればいいのね。
Luckily, I have some spares.
よいしょっと。わあ。抜きーの。もう片方も抜きーの。新しい方を入れるの。蓋をして。ネジを、戻せない。
何か方法があるはずよ。
あ、ネジつけてなかったわ。
何やってんのよ。相変わらず下手くそね。
うるさい。次は、
起動すればいいんじゃない？
起動しません。
開いたわね。
やっと終わるよ。
閉まらないわね。今回はカセットに問題があるんじゃない？絶対そうよ。
入った。
まさか鉛筆がね。
お、すげえ。
How did you
これを入れれば
do
完
that?
成ね。
Didn't see.
sit by your side and hold you so tight. Know that I will always love you, even though we both know that we must say goodnight.
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No problem. Who was that singing? They're very good.
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off.
触れないでお
It
き
was
ま
the
しょう。
kind of silence a cassette tape would never be enough to fill. When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me with. Eventually, she produced a grand total of a stick of gum, 3 mismatched buttons, and a yo-yo. I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt. She seemed like a happy kid, but beneath it all, part of her life had been shattered. A part I wouldn't be able to fix.
結構重い内容だったわね。
早速次のステージにレッツゴー。
元気ね
My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing small jobs in and around the square. I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a message asking me to make one more visit. The address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw from the beach. Bathed in the evening light, it looked beautiful, in spite of its flaking paint. The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a long day at the office.
Are you Maria? My name's Joseph. I'm Isabel's father. I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up properly.
On the mantelpiece, I saw the remains of a broken statue. Without thinking, I picked up a fragment.
Ah, my father's statue. What's left of it, at least. Yet another way I'd have disappointed him. It survived 100 years in this family. But 5 minutes with Isabel and... Do you think you can salvage it?
綺麗にバラバラね。
これくらい簡単に直してみせよう。
はいはい期待してます
Will
よ。
you be able to
棒
see
読みやめ
it
て。
afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks.
接着剤を使ってくっつければいいっぽい。
はみ出してるわよ。
大丈夫大丈夫。これ楽しい。
よかったわね。
皆さんもやってみてください。個人差がありそうですが中の人は楽しかったです。
Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together?
ステージクリアだぜ。
パチパチパチ。
Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have time for anything less.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly next to it. So he was Bellariva's mayor, And that was Izzy's mom. They must both miss her so much.
Sorry. I'm a little tired. I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival. There's only a few days to go. Looks like I'll be working late. Again.
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. I guess keeping themselves occupied was their way of pretending it wasn't happening. Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that was what he wanted. I just hoped he was finding enough time for Izzy, too.
黒電話、じゃない。
完全に黄色ね。
My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear. Another beautiful sunny morning. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers cradling their morning coffees. I stopped, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries. I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped me.
Hello, Maria? Were you here yesterday handing out flyers? I have a job for you.
Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice. Judging by the empty tables inside, though, her potential customers hadn't noticed it either.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As Carmen chatted, she walked over to the counter and returned with an old rotary phone.
At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on. I was hoping to call my sister for some, seasoning tips, but it won't connect. Can you see if you can figure out what's wrong?
始まった。
コードがあるわね。
ひとまず分解しよう。
Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this.
「ネジ取りのコツが分かってきた気がする。反応うっす。あと一箇所。中身が出てきた。
You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it.
これ、皿に中がありそうね。
うわ、汚ねえ。取れた。
プチ。
これを取って新しい方をつける。そしてコードをつなぐ。もう一本。
Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up.
もう一箇所壊れてるわね。
取れぬ。
ネジじゃない？
ああ、そっか。
やっぱりついてたわね。
完成。
When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's ready to go. It'll be ringing off the hook in no time.
That's if I can pay my phone bill anyway. And the rent, and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be right with you. Your coffee's on the house.
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone. As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a call for some cooking advice.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel the eye roll at the other end of the line.
You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just put the check in the post?
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee, her hands trembling.
Sorry about that. My sister's decided to fly in for a visit. Oh God, I have to get ready. Actually, I might have another job for you. Can you come by tomorrow?
今回はここまで。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。よかったらチャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。